So this here, I believe, is thin-leaved Coprosma, or Coprosma areolata. And I think that because of the obvious veins that we can see in the leaves and the pointed tips to the leaves, and it has hairy stems quite often. The one species it might be confusing with is Coprosma tenuicollis. But yeah, like I say, I've never been that confident with small leaf Coprosmas. There's a whole bunch of them. Chances are, if you're in the bush and you come across a small leaf shrub, it's a reasonable chance that it's going to be a Coprosma, and you can confirm that, like I've shown with karamu and kanono, by, if it's a Coprosma, it'll have opposite leaf arrangement, so two leaves coming off at the same point. Demacia on the leaves, so that is, I think you might struggle to see it on this plant but with the camera, but tiny little sort of cavities at the apex between the main vein and the secondary veins, and then lastly in between the leaves there are what are called stipules, or the full name is interpetiolar stipules, and that's basically just a tiny little pointy bit that grows in between two leaves, in between the where the leaf petioles join the stem. Yeah, we have loads of small leaf Coprosmas. As I previously mentioned, New Zealand is kind of the hot spot for Coprosmas, the Coprosma genus. We've got, I think it's sort of like 50 odd species or so. And there's lots of small-leafed divaricating shrubs like this. So a divaricating shrub is a small-leaf shrub with lots of twiggy shrubs, essentially, with wide angled stems to them. And the idea behind that, it's either a defense against browsing by birds like moa, or the other hypothesis is it's to help with frosts, I believe, frosts. Other species around, I mentioned Coprosma tenuicollis. There's Coprosma propinqua, which has long, narrow leaves, so that's quite an obvious one, and that's most commonly found in wet areas. Same with Coprosma tenuicollis, actually. There's also Coprosma rigida. Coprosma arborea starts off, I believe, as a small leaf shrub and grows into a tree. And probably plenty of others that I'm not thinking of. We'll leave it there, but any questions or comments about small leaf Coprosmas, chuck them in below. Do our best to answer it, but like I say, I'm not the best with the small leaf Coprosmas, but maybe a better botanist than me can chime in with some fun facts.